Vicky's Precious Petals. Today we're going to make a keepsake, and we're going to do it in this heart. We're not going to get it all done today. So this heart holds 1500 mils, 1.5 litres, a 3-piece set of Timo, I think it was, $33.19. I have marked out on the side here, the depth on this is 5 centimetres. I do this so I know how much I need to mix up. So if anybody wants those type formulas, I now will have, just waiting for YouTube to catch up, a membership. Oh, look out. So in the membership, it'll be in 3 tiers. I've only just started doing this, so I'm not sure how the whole system works as yet. So there's 3 tiers to it, and each tier you'll get benefits of different things. I think the first tier is $3.99, and you can stop and start these memberships at any time. So it's all new to me, and I'm now allowed to, I've got my foot on the first rung of the ladder, only taken me 18 months. Got to give me A for trying. The results have been a bit slow. You can do a super thanks, so you can shout me a cup of coffee. Now apparently I can't do the membership thing, even though it's sitting there all ready to go on my channel, until I think I've got to get $10 in super thanks first. I don't know where you're going to do that. But anyway, super thanks is anything from $1. Now the only thing I don't know, which I forgot to look at, if it's in US dollars or Australian dollars. I'm not sure. I'll look it up and I'll let you know on a future program. So I have, this is sadly for the depth of a baby. I've actually got 2 of these to do. They're not my they're not really what I want to be doing, but I do take special care when I'm doing this sort of thing. So I'm just doing a very flat, thin layer on the back. The flowers are still in some containers with silicone gel, but I just thought I'd get this back done so that when they're ready to go, this is already done and we can just move on. Now it's cold here today, so I've got my heat mat out, and I'm thinking I might leave the flowers another day. It's today Sunday, and I put them in Thursday. So they should be pretty ready. Well, one lot will be pretty close to being ready anyway. Okay, I'll come back. Hi members. This is a video just for members, and if you're going to do a memorial piece, it's best to have a bit of a plan sort of made up in your head, a bit of a layout done. You can't just throw them in and the flowers in and think it's going to work. Well, you could, I suppose. So what I like to do is I do a bit of a layout. I want to trim off any, bits that are looking a bit tacky and stuff like that. So like that little leaf there. I'll just get rid of all of those sort of things. And it's usually good to have some greenery in the background. So there's a video where I've taken all of the flowers. This is from a funeral of a little girl. So it's not the thing that you really want to be doing. So I take like particular care with doing these type videos. And I want to make sure the plan is going to work properly. And it takes a little bit of fluffing around sometimes, and you'll move things around. And These have all been dried in silica gel. Okay, and the first part of this video, like with this, is for the public, where I've just taken it out of the silica gel just to show everybody what I was doing. So I'm going to keep doing this, and I'll come back when I've got a few ideas done. Okay, I'm working on the backdrop, and I actually want these pieces down here to sit up. So they will sit up like this. So what I'm going to have to do is get the UV resin out and put some dots on these to get it to stay together, because it keeps moving on me, and I want to add like other flowers and stuff like that. So I think I'll keep doing this. But then everything keeps moving around, which is driving me nuts. Because I am going to do this in layers. I'll keep working on it. See, then I end up at the space because nothing's staying together. So this is kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. So what I'm doing is, this is something I do as I'm working along. Oh, wrong thing, Vicky. Oh my God, where have I gone now? Off the planet. Let's try this one. So I take photos as I'm going. So then I can go, yeah, I like that, no, I don't like that. You know, and you can keep working with it. Or if you're really happy with it, then you know where your base has started. Because if I come back to this in 2 days, I'll forget what I've done. Because I could have done 20 other projects in time. So this is how I work it out. Hope that helps you guys. Okay, this is my plan. So nothing's glued, nothing's there. I do like to dip my flowers before I put them in. So if I put them down first, that's not going to work. Yeah, so, and then I'll end up with a whole heap of air bubbles in underneath, I'm thinking. So sometimes you got to think a plan out in your head, and, you know, even take some notes. Take pictures, like I'm a picture person, which I'm about to do. So I really hope this helps you with your layouts when you're doing flowers and memorial pieces and keepsakes and all of that sort of thing. Okay guys, keep watching. You never can tell what I'm going to do next. Okay, we're up to putting the flowers in. So I've just got them next to me. But what I would like are these little bits of eucalyptus, gum tree, for those that don't know. I want these to actually sit up, so not lay down like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of UV on the bottom to try and get them to hold in a space, into place. I know as I start to pour in here, they're going to make problems with bubbles, but you know, like, you can't have it every way. So I'm just going to, oh, for heaven's sake, I need like 10 hands. Yeah, I'm squashing the leaves. Get up. Okay. Is that going to work? Oh. That will. Okay. What's in there? Let's try this again. So I want it down here, but I want it sitting up. Oh, for heaven's sake. Okay. These are the little luminous bits in the leaves. Let's put that down there for a minute. And this is the next bit. Oh, come on, don't move on me. Count to 10. I think it's because I'm not right on the UV. I'm trying to shine through the leaf. Thank you. And now, the same with this bit. Just work out where I'm going to put it first. That bit. Now I'm going to put some fern that I've as backdrop in this, and I'm thinking if I don't glue these down, they're just going to float everywhere on me, which is going to cause me a nightmare. So took a photo. Okay. No. So you can imagine what's going to happen when I try to pour resin in here. These are just going to go everywhere. Okay, so this is roughly what I want, but I'm going to use a bit of UV to hold them into place. So I'll just quickly show you what I'm going to do. Just get those out of the road for a minute. And that leaf. So get down. I don't know if I'm the only person that talks to their work. So you can see I'm just using a bit of UV to like tack this into place. So I'll just continue on. I'll put these leaves down and then I'll come back. Okay, that's all done now. So this is just like the backdrop. Okay, and now I'm just going to pour. See, I've got measurements up the side here, so I can see where I'm going. So I'm just going to pour probably a centimetre, and that will keep some of this into the background, and then I can start layering the flowers on the top. But what I am going to do, because I've only used my torch, to my UV torch, to just hold these in place, I'm just going to put my lamp on them, just while I'm making up the resin. And I'll come back and talk to you in a minute. Okay, I'm using Barnes Mega Pour for this. Even though it's a deep pour resin, even though this is not going to be a deep pour, that's what I'm going to use. So I've mixed up, I should have about 300ml here. Yep, I do. So I'm just going to steadily pour, because I want it to go in underneath the leaves without causing all sorts of dramas, if I can. Like bubbles. Now if you get bubbles and you're doing this sort of thing, don't use your heat gun. You know, or your gas gun, because these are dried leaves. You're going to have to use your isopropyl. So you'll note that I'm going over all the leaves now. Just giving everything a fine coat if I can. Because that will help on my next pour. It will help to reduce bubbles. Now I know I am going to get some. I can already see some coming up. I don't think I can get any more out of that. It's not like I can wring it out. Okay. Now this is probably going to be tomorrow before I come back. It's already heading to 4 o'clock, so I can't see myself coming in here tonight. Wait. Those bubbles must have popped. What will happen is I'll get them just on the edges of the leaves. Might go around and give them all a tap. It's the ones that are not fully submerged where I'll have the issue. Okay, they're the sort of things you need to keep an eye on. Right. I'll keep my little beady eyes on this. I'll try to anyway. Then I'll come back and see you a bit later. Right, we're back. Now, I'm going to put these flowers in. Hopefully they sit up properly. I am going to dip them. Let's start with this small one. So, you probably can't see that, I'm a bit off camera there. I'm dipping these in the resin. This helps with the bubbles, because you kind of get in between all the little petals this way. Now I'm trying to kind of hide the stems in behind one another, if I can. Get this over a little bit. Can't kind of play around with the flowers too much once they've got resin all over the leaves, like I'm just doing now. Okay. I've been walking the dogs this morning. I think I do about 5Ks, and I'm sure the dogs do about 15, running backwards and forwards. We're very fortunate. We've got a very nice park not far from my place. It's a huge area. It is fenced all the way around, but the rabbits dig underneath it. So I'm just looking at my phone here because I took a photo of what I wanted to do. Oh, come on. Now Gemini or some bloody stupid thing wants to jump up. Right. Where am I at? Oh, don't wipe your mouth when you've got resin on your gloves. Far out. I might put more fern there. We need a little bit more greenery. These little roses come up good. It's a shame the big white ones didn't, but more baby's breath. I've actually got 2 of these I've got to do. Sorry, I should have just turned the camera off because this is getting a bit boring, but I can't because I've got resin all over my hands. Oh, that one might be a bit big. Let me just wipe my hands for a minute. Well, I'll just go and search for some. I've got them all done in another little box. I'll be back in a minute. Right, I seriously don't think I can get any more flowers in there. Would have been nice to have something a little bit more contrasting, but that wasn't what was on the casket cover, and the white flowers have just fallen to pieces. So yeah, it'd be really hard to put them in and try and make them look nice. I'd be there fluffing around with petal by petal to do it. Okay, so in here just got to get out the odds and ends. And I'm just going to put the rest of it in here. So this was 300 mils of the Barnes Red deep pour. Oh, mega pour. I don't even notice that in there, I don't think. I'm just catching the petals as they come to the front. There's a couple of them gone in. Rightio. I'm not going to scrape the sides of this cup because I can see that there's like tiny little bits of this sort of kind of sticking to the sides of the gel, the silicon gel, or silica gel. I don't know if you can see that, so I'm not scraping, I'm binning. Right, okay, I'll come and talk to you tomorrow. Just look how beautiful this is turning out. I am super impressed. These roses, like, I would just like to leave that as it is, but no I can't, because I've got to put the baby's name in here. So I need to, each one of these little marks that I've got on the side here holds about 300 mils. So I'm going to mix up probably 500 mils. If I go to 6 there, I'll do 5. I'll do 500 mils, and that will give me an area when it's cured to put the baby's name on, which I'll do on my Cricut machine, as I've done before. So I do have videos already up on that. I've just uploaded a members only video on these things that I've made here out of some leftover resin that I had. It had been sitting around for quite some time. So if you want to see these, sorry, they're members only, $3.99 you're in. And you don't have to, you can pull out anytime. There's nothing that keeps you there. Rightio. So I'm just going to move these out of the road. I'm just going to mix up some Barnes Mega Pour, and I'll be back to talk to you guys shortly. Okay, so I've got my resin all mixed up. I actually set both bottles separately in some warm water before I mixed, because it's cold here at the moment and it's flooding in most areas around me. I'm a bit fortunate because my house is up higher. We're in a higher part of town. Starting to think I maybe have needed a little bit more. I'm really impressed the way these roses have turned out. Now I should be able to get the name in down through there. I do have a heater on in this room, and I will put my heat mat on for a little while. I'll go to bed and leave it on. A few bubbles coming up. Well, I'll fix those. Get out. The things are so annoying. Okay, I will come back and talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll just keep an eye on the bubbles here, and we'll go from there. See you tomorrow. Okay, I have printed out the baby's name. I've done this on my Cricut machine, so I'm just using some silver there. I did have a nicer silver, but it didn't cut properly. The paper was thicker than I thought it was going to be. This is heat. Alright, let's get that out. So, over there, over the road. I've got most of it already off. I just thought I'd show you what I was doing. Okay, now, anybody that is a member and doesn't have a circuit machine, Cricut machine, whatever language you want to call it in, if you let me know, I can do these simple things for you and post it to you. That is members only. Alrighty. So, just come a bit close. Alright. Let me just get this out of the road. And we can move on. Hopefully, I've done my measurements right. Let me get this over here. So, the baby's name is Paris. And the last name is Tozer. So, I'll just give that a bit of a trim so I can get it in there. Because it's been flooding here, and I took the dogs to the park today, I have had all new swimming holes, so they could get all muddy and smelly, and then I had to put them in the car to bring them home. And I wouldn't let them in the house. They sat at the front door sulking. But they did have a great time. Just kind of seeing where it looks the best. Will it fit in there or not? There's a little bit of the leaf poking up. I think that'll work. Or will it look better down there? No. It'll look better in there? No. There. Okay, I'll just get my heat gun out. Now, I'm just going to warm the resin first. Just where I want it. Like if I was eyeing this on a bag or a t-shirt or whatever, you heat the material first. So I don't want it too hot. Now I'm only running my heat gun on low. It's got 2 settings on it. If you try it, because the heat gun has got a whole lot more oomph in it than the iron that you use to put these on bags and t-shirts and things, it's not going to quite fit in there properly. This one will. You have to be a bit careful or this will start screwing up on you, it'll all shrivel up. I'm just going to give that another little warm. Can you see that some of that is just starting to move? Get off. Now I use the wooden paddle pop sticks because that works like the press, like when you're pressing these. I know some of you don't know how a circuit machine works, but I do have videos up on it. But I am willing to help people. Alright. I'm just going to let that maybe cool just a second or two. If you've got a heat gun, one of the reasons I like these boards, if I put this down like I've got those dog mats here, underneath here, just to protect the tabletop, which is like just about had it anyway, but it's just, these I could just throw them in the bin. But if you put your heat gun on that, they just shrivel up to nothing really quick. And you've got to be really careful that you don't, because that's really hot, that you don't sort of put it on, you know, resin that you've just poured, or your alcohol inks, or your spray. Okay, let's see if this will lift. Nice. So I couldn't use a pink or a mauve for this little girl because it would have just disappeared into the thing. Then I was really going to use white, but I thought, oh no, we need to put a bit of sparkle. So that's her name on there. Now, her mum never gave me like dates of birth or anything like that, so I've got no other details, but it would have been nice with a bit of a date of birth or, you know, something. I don't think Mum would have been thinking real clearly at the time. Okay, so I'm just going to let that cool down and mix up some resin, and then I can do my last pour. I'll be back. Okay, we're up to the final pour. So I've just mixed up some artist resin. This is the Artco one that I use. I quite like it. I have seen it on I get this out of Harry and Wilma, but I have seen it on, have I seen it? No, it wasn't Esty. It'll come to me while I'm pouring this, and then I'll think about it. Or was it? Anyway, I have seen it on lots of channels, on different pages. So, I've mixed up a little bit more than what I need, because I have another little project on the go. So, got a couple of little bubbles here and here. There's another one I spotted there. See what happens with them. See if I can get rid of them. Actually quite looking forward to getting this out of the mould because I think it's going to be really pretty. Just going to let that spread out for a minute. And a toothpick. These little bubbles that get on these edges are a bit painful at times. It's actually a bit of resin on there. There it is. I can feel another bit there. Alright, just need a little bit more in here. Alright, so I shall come back and talk to you guys tomorrow, and this should be ready then. It is cold and it is raining, so the humidity levels will be up because it's raining, but I run a heater in here when it's like that. And I've got my new Resin's air purifier. It's going next to me. It was on the floor previously, but then I thought, no, maybe I should put this up on the desk. I've only got it on low at the moment because it's pretty noisy if you turn it up. And I thought you wouldn't be able to hear me, but I can turn it up very shortly. Okay, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you then. Bye. Okay, let's get this out of the mould. Normally I've got a bit of a head start on this, but I've been running around. I don't know what I've been doing all day, but it's taken up time, whatever it was. I'm just breaking the seal all the way around. I haven't put any soap in this. I was thinking I probably wouldn't need it because of the shape. Nearly got no. Right, that aside, what are we thinking? Oh, I'm getting the low battery sign. Got a few sharp edges, So I'm just going to run around them like this, get rid of them. This is a deburrer that I've got here. You can buy them cheap on any website, and you can if you've got like a homeware centre, hardware centre, whatever you call them in your country, you can probably buy them there too. And for the price, I wouldn't even bother buying them online. If you got one, you just pop down the street and get one. But for those that don't, that may be out in the country, okay, so that's still a bit rough. And I'm going to get the polishing gear out, the sanding equipment, and I'm just going to go around and sand these edges. But what I do have are some whites. Now I don't know, I've got to ring the lady and see what she would prefer. Oh, undo. Alright. So we have this wooden style, which for the width of the heart, I'm thinking, you come off the screen a bit, let me lift you up. For the width here, that this is probably the better choice. But everybody's got their own thoughts on what they want. This one hasn't got batteries in it. Oh, I'll just sit it there like that. I've got to find some batteries. So I'm thinking that that's a bit narrow at the bottom. And the same with this one. Kind of makes it a bit out of balance. This one's a bit bigger. That might be a bit better. But yeah, that wooden one's not too bad. That one's too small. Anyway, I'll talk to her, see what she wants. Thumbs up if you like this, and I'd really appreciate a comment on it. Let me know where you come from. That's really interesting. Okay, thumbs up. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.